We are Gemma and Campbell, and this was one of the most terrifying experiences of our lives.
That was absolute chaos. After waving goodbye to the bustling city of Bangkok, we decided that an island escape was in order. So we headed south to the paradise islands of Koh Phi Phi and Koh Lanta. This week we're going to show you what life is really like on these two polar opposite islands, from the full moon parties of Phi Phi to the tranquil sunsets of Lanta, to decide just which of these two islands is the better one for you. If you're new around here and want to see more of our Asia adventures, then hit that subscribe button and join the gang. But for now, let's check back in as we head off in search of Thailand's best islands. So we decided to actually treat ourselves this morning to visit a little lounge in Bangkok airport before making our way down to the southern islands, mainly because we actually get free access with the travel credit cards we have, but also Bangkok airport is so expensive, and in order to actually get a vegan burger it was going to cost £8. To get into the lounge it only actually cost about £11, so you'd be as well just going in there and getting some free food and free drink. Why do I feel like we absolutely do not belong here? Anyway, our flight is now boarding, so it's goodbye Bangkok, hello Koh Phi Phi. You're looking good there, babe, with your one bag. Absolute bag lady. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do not know how we keep getting away with this. Bit of a nightmare. We realised that the ferry that we'd actually booked to get us from Krabi all the way to Koh Phi Phi, wrong day. So what's the plan?
So we tried to book a new ferry online, but unfortunately you can't do it on the day. So I think we're just going to have to go to the ferry terminal, turn up and hope for the best. Alright,
think that's our guy?
I think so.
Alright, let's get going. So interestingly enough, it was actually cheaper to book it in that little store that we just stopped off at. Also, the next transfer, which was going to be from Phi Phi to Koh Lanta, would have been 500 baht cheaper if we'd just gone through this company. We have got a lovely taxi driver who's helped us out a lot. His name's Yod, and I'll drop his details down below if you want to get any transfers around this region, because it has been super helpful. Gemma absolutely loves a leaflet, so she does. Thank you. What a legend. Well, I've got to say this is absolutely not what I was expecting when we booked the main connection from Krabi through to Phi Phi Island. I know Phi Phi is quite a small island, but the harbour here is literally just a tarpaulin tent and some kind of concrete pillars leading out into the ocean. I thought it was going to be a big boat, but apparently not. It is really cute though, and the scenery is just absolutely stunning. It is definitely a good place to sit and catch up on some work that we've got to do. You can also just see the mountains that are like really iconic in Thailand in the background over there, which I've never actually seen before because we've never spent any time in the islands down here, so it's really exciting to see what we've actually got in store for us over the next couple of weeks.
Made it!
So the resort that we booked actually I think comes with a private boat transfer from the ferry terminal all the way around the coastline to our hotel, and I believe Gemma's just spotted him. How much did you pay him to get that, to do that for you?
I was walking too slow, I think.
That lad is very lucky that we lightened our suitcase this morning.
And thankfully we've not filled it up with everything else yet.
So while we were waiting for the water taxi, we actually realised the reason why we're getting a boat to our hotel is the island doesn't actually seem to have that many roads in order to get us an actual transfer to the hotel. The problem is, however, the tide is like pretty low at the moment, so the boat can't actually get all the way into the shore. Hence why we've got our guy lifting our bags for us all the way across the bay to actually get it onto the boat.
Oh, I'm eating too much. I could have managed my suitcase all the way over, but bless him, he came sprinting.
Did you start lifting it?
Yeah, I got out to that sandbar and he came sprinting
God.
over. I was like, no, it's fine. He's like, no.
What a start to the trip then. How peaceful is this place, baby?
In comparison to where we just came from, like the main town in Koh Phi Phi, where there was like blasting loud music, this is like really nice, isn't it?
I've got to see my first impressions of Koh Phi Phi, and from what I read online, everyone said it's like the party island, and I have heard that before, especially with the bad press that Maya Bay has got in the past. But so far, it is like looking like a tranquil little paradise. We're even getting a lift to our hotel.
I feel like I'm in Wallace and Gromit.
Did you book the VIP package? Where did that book it? Well, that is definitely the most unique way I've ever gotten around.
I was just thinking that. Love it.
It's also a very good way to draw attention to yourself in what turns out to be quite a busy little town.
And this is what £21 a night can get you in Koh Phi Phi. We have got a decent sized bathroom, a good storage area here for our suitcases, a fridge, and a decent sized bedroom space, isn't it?
If you watched a couple of weeks ago episode, you'll remember we stayed in a hostel. Well, that was actually last night, and I'm very much looking forward to having a nice comfortable bed because that was like a plank of wood.
Oh, rock solid.
This one is much better. I am actually really pleasantly surprised by the quality that you can actually get for £21 a night. This is a lot bigger than I was expecting and a lot nicer. Not that I was expecting it to be bad, but you know what I mean. Now I guess it's time for us to go and check out what the Koh Phi Phi food scene is all about.
I feel like this really reminds me of Gili Air. I think it's just the fact that there's like not any transport really. You have to walk around and it's like the little narrow streets with the vibrant atmosphere of all the restaurants and the little shops on each side of you. This place has a nice wee vibe, doesn't it?
Hey, it's early in the morning.
Our sleep is getting less and less.
I know, I think I had about 5 hours sleep last night. I just tried to, we bought these tubs of cereal last night because we thought we're gonna like not have time to get breakfast before we go on this boat trip today. And last night in the 7-Eleven we bought an oat milk in this carton and we bought an apple juice in a white carton that we thought would be milk. I'll let you guys guess what just happened. I'm now gonna have a very happily Milo chocolate ball of breakfast. This is not gonna taste nice.
That is so funny.
I was like, why is that milk so clear? Maybe I should have shaken it first. Now this is possibly the part of our trip to Koh Phi Phi that I have been looking forward to the most. We're going to be hopping on yet another long-tail boat and we're going to be getting a tour out to the famous spots that has made this island just so popular over the years.
I am so buzzing. Snorkeling is just like my favourite thing in the world. I feel like so meditative. I'm swimming with the fishies, so I can't wait. And you might see some sharks today.
Wow, that is insane.
Wow, these rock formations are seriously incredible. Look at them all hanging there off the cliff. That is the most bizarre thing I think I've ever seen.
And it's like the entire region of the Phi Phi Islands have landscape just like that. Everything is just sea, towering cliff, and then jungle up the top of it. I've never seen anything like it. Looks like something out of Jurassic Park, doesn't it?
This is incredible. How big are those cliffs?
So in this region there's also a place called the Viking Cave, which apparently you can go inside and explore. But we've literally just pulled up to it, that's it there. And after seeing how it's been supported, I don't think I'll be going inside there today. It is just like bamboo holding it up.
I think I'll pass today. I'll get in the sea, please.
Well, it's the first time that's ever happened.
Oh my god, honestly, I can see that this little fish, tiny little fish, wasn't too happy, and I was kind of trying to like move out its way, but it was so choppy out there that the waves were like tossing us all over the place, and yeah, it just kind of came like straight for me, so that gave me the fright of my life, and then made me think that that little shark I saw earlier, and I was like, oh, this is amazing, I'm so confident. Maybe I'm not so much anymore because I forget that they could just turn and do the same thing and they're a little bit bigger.
But talking about baby sharks, that's possibly the perfect time to actually talk to you guys about why Maya Bay is so famous. Now this part of Thailand actually became world famous back when The Beach, a Leonardo DiCaprio movie, was released in 2000, and although the movie itself was kind of a failure, it just opened up the world's eyes to just how beautiful this region of Thailand can actually be, and the Thai islands are just like such an incredible place. Now although that was brilliant for the economy, it also had a really disastrous impact on the actual ecosystems of the island. Maya Bay overnight suddenly started receiving a about 4,000 people per day, which actually had like some really dire consequences for the sea life around that region. That was why about 4 years ago the Thai government decided to close the beach in order for the sea life and the coral and the baby sharks to actually try and recover from that.
And now you actually have to pay a national park fee if you want to get off the boat and enter onto the island, which is about £20 per person. I don't think we're going to get off today. I think we're just going to admire it from the water, but I'm really, really excited to see it because I have seen this place all over social media and it'll be really good to see it for ourselves.
I guess we've also just discovered one of the flaws of having a basic long-tailed boat and free unlimited water. There's no toilet on board and there's a long journey between each of the sites.
So much in your life.
I guess that's why they call it Koh Phi Phi.
They are bold.
Well, that was mildly terrifying. It's the first time I've ever seen that happen. Yeah, I stick by my opinion, monkeys are dicks, I don't like them.
Honestly, I'm standing like knee deep watching this because no chance am I having any of them come up my ankles. That is like, I mean, we've seen a lot of monkeys and usually I'm a bit fearful of them because I predict that they could do that. I've never actually seen them do that, but now I've seen them do it, that's it. That is it. The feed is back.
Alright, time to go. Let's go. Enjoy that bit.
Oh, that was just the best, wasn't it? So much fun. The sun's been shining for us. We got in, did some snorkeling, saw sharks, saw monkeys causing chaos, and yeah, it's been such a good morning. Woo! Thank you so much.
Goodbye. Yeah, this is a lot more like what I was expecting from Koh Phi Phi. Just endless streets of shops and bars and restaurants and a lot more tourists than anywhere else we've actually been. Funnily enough, we were just saying we even feel like it's more touristy here than what we saw in Bangkok. When we were walking around there, we actually hardly saw any tourists. It was mainly at the markets we were walking around and we just saw kind of nothing but locals wandering around there, and we felt like that reflected in the prices as well. Here is a lot more expensive. We decided that we couldn't leave Phi Phi Island without truly embracing the culture that it has to offer, browsing the local markets and finishing off our last night on the island in style, and what better way to do it than a good old-fashioned Thai fire show. This was absolute chaos.
Oh my god, honestly. I could sit and watch that all night and I could actually go back to that again tomorrow. I loved it so much.
Honestly, like, I was so wrong about this place when we first arrived. I didn't think it was actually that busy. It is just mental. I've never really experienced anything like it before, but I absolutely love it here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how much this place was going to suit us because all I had heard was that it was like such a party island, and you guys know that we like to go to our beds at 9 o'clock. Well, okay, it's 9:30, we're still not in bed. We are going to head to bed soon. I actually really like the vibe here. It is party, but it is like cool party, like fire show on the beach. What a cool party, like I'm so down for that.
Alright, so I guess this is our ride. Couple cap. Bye, thank you.
Next stop, Koh Lanta.
So I guess the burning question that we still need to actually answer is, would we recommend coming to Koh Phi Phi, and who is this island actually for? I've got to say I am very pleasantly surprised by how much I actually enjoyed it here. We are not typical party goers, we prefer to go to bed early like Gemma said. However, that is absolutely not the case, because there's two different sides to the island. If you do want to go out partying, you can stay down in the main town, and if you want a quiet relaxing break with beaches and stunning scenery, you can head up to the north where it is much more removed. With that being said, it is now time to head on to our next stop so we can compare the two islands and see which one we actually prefer. Oh, big jump. Alright, so we made it to Koh Lanta after a pretty bumpy ride. First port of call is to go and drop the bags in the hotel, and then we need to head out and see what Koh Lanta is all about. Just got invited to the half moon party.
Whoop whoop. How old am I?
This one's definitely an upgrade from our last taxi.
Oh, this is nice. How cute. Look at our views. Size of that window. Very nice. We booked very last minute last night, but I think we made a good job of it.
First thing you do whenever you arrive at a new accommodation, get that aircon on.
Okay, so we've got a cosy little bungalow, beautiful views out to the pool area, nice big double bed, fridge, kettle, some wardrobe space, and a lovely bathroom that's all kind of built from concrete, really nice.
It is such a cute little place, this, and I just love how it's almost like this tiny little bungalow. Like if we look at it from the outside, it's basically on stilts and it looks like a kind of bamboo treehouse type thing. And I do believe that it's actually right next to the beach. Now, because Koh Lanta is such a bigger island than Koh Phi Phi, I think we're actually going to need to try and source some scooters in order to get around.
Ooh, what one do you want? Blue stripes or red stripes?
Why do I feel like they all look like they're out of like the wacky races? Very good.
You can get a nice Manchester United sticker.
There you go.
So this little beautiful banana cost us 200 baht a day, and we're going to be hiring it for the next couple of days whilst we're here, because Koh Lanta is so big that we kind of need it to get around.
So we've now come down to the Lanta Animal Welfare Centre, which is a charity that sits here in Koh Lanta, and basically what it does is goes around the island and the neighbouring islands and works to try and help any sick animals and vaccinate them, and just basically try and nurse them back to health. It is a charity here. I think it was 250 baht to actually get in the door, and basically what that means is we can go in, meet the animals, see how they actually manage to treat them and give them a better life than what they had when they were out on the streets.
There's so much organisation that goes into this, from the medications, the food, the walks, the training. It's really quite incredible.
Our guide Darcy showed us around the centre and told us all of the incredible work that they do here in the Koh Lanta Animal Sanctuary. From what started off as a Thai cooking class to the development of this shelter for animals in need of a home. This centre in Koh Lanta has provided stray animals with a fresh hope for life, filled with love and compassion. These guys have just had such a hard life. It's so sad. They're so cute.
I know. They break my heart.
I've got to say, places like this are just so important in this part of the world, because like travelling through Indonesia, through Bangkok, through even Koh Phi Phi, there's so many stray animals, and it's actually such a nice kind of thing to be able to come to a place like this and see that something has actually been done and it's not a completely hopeless cause out there. Oh, nice baby. I don't know why we thought this was going to be a happy, fun day out.
That's so beautiful.
Honestly guys, that was possibly one of the hardest places that we've ever actually had to visit while we're on our travels, but definitely one of the most rewarding. I can highly recommend coming to check this place out, and if you are looking for a furry friend to take home from your travels to Thailand, this is a place to come and do it. What do you think, babe, when we're ready to settle down? A trip back to Koh Lanta?
I know. I want them all, that's the problem. How do you pick? And do you know what, if you're even over here but you're flying back to wherever you're from, you can actually help them out a lot by looking on their website before you leave and finding out what dogs are actually travelling to that location and supporting them on their travels to where they're going to be adopted. I really wish that we could do something like that, but this isn't our last destination, so it's been really, really nice to come and see a place like this. It does give you a lot of hope. You can see so many success stories, and like we've heard so many beautiful stories of animals that have been adopted from here and now they're going on living their best life with their own little Instagram pages in Canada or Europe or wherever, and it's so nice to hear that these animals are pulling through and living a great life now. This one loves a cuddle.
Oh, hello. Are you coming to me? Oh, you're licking my t-shirt now. This is worth the trip just to come here and do this. If you ever want to cuddle some animals, this is a place to come and do it. Sorry darling, I need to sit with my legs closed. Alright, well I guess I'm here for the next 2 hours then. And to round it all off, we also get a little band to keep as a souvenir. Well, that is absolutely not the start to the day that I was hoping for. Not ideal at all. I mean, to be fair, it's actually not rained in Thailand since we arrived into the country, so I can't complain too much. It's just not ideal for the boat activities that we have planned for today.
Let's go snorkeling! You know, since we are doing a little comparison between Koh Phi Phi and Koh Lanta, we decided it would only be fair if we went out on another long-tail boat and went snorkeling.
It's all purely for research purposes, guys. You know we do it for you. And that right there is our ride for the day. Now, funnily enough, this boat actually cost roughly the same amount as what we paid in Koh Phi Phi, despite it actually being a group tour. So I think there's about 10 or 12 of us on this long-tail boat, but that's because the national park fee is actually included in the price of the ticket as well. Whereas in Koh Phi Phi, you only actually had to pay that if you were planning to go on to Maya Bay.
It's not a great sight. I hope that doesn't end up like us.
That was yesterday's tour.
Oh, great.
Oh, DDB.
Oh, choppy.
Yes. Ah, to the rescue.
I am prepared.
We began the trip by joking about how rough the seas were and how sick we might get. However, as we left the port and entered into the open ocean, things quickly went from bad to worse. We do actually have a lot of experience on boats and don't usually get worried on such trips, trusting in the skills and experience of the crew. But when we saw the faces of the captain and the deckhands, we could see that they were visibly worried and did not want to be there. There was a lot of confusion on the boat for the next 15 minutes when the crew members soon began shouting explanations to us that we couldn't actually hear over the sound of the engine and the waves. The atmosphere on the boat became more and more tense as nobody actually had a clue what was going on, and the waves of the open ocean in the distance became visibly larger. Finally, however, the call came from the captain. The only problem now was how to turn such a small boat on such huge swells that were smashing its bow. The next 10 minutes were one of the longest in our entire lives. Finally, after a lot of rocking and waiting, the captain took his chance and turned us back towards the shore. And after a very long 30 minutes, we were finally back on solid ground, very happy that the trip was cancelled. Well, it turns out that Koh Lanta boat trips are quite unique in the sense that you don't actually need to leave the boat to go snorkeling. I am absolutely soaking. How was that then, babe?
Put it this way, I feel really seasick right now. That was intense, but I think we made the right decision coming back because apparently we were very sheltered there. I mean, it did not feel like it, but apparently because it was 2 islands, we were actually quite sheltered. We would have had another hour out into the open ocean to get to our first spot, which was just not going to happen. They said it was too dangerous and we had to turn back, and I'm actually very grateful for that decision.
Yeah, I'm kind of gutted because apparently the 4 islands trip is actually really beautiful if you can catch it on a nice sunny day. But I guess that's just the joys of travel. Sometimes you get blue sky sunshine like what we had in Phi Phi. Sometimes you get beaten up and smashed in the face by stormy waves. C'est la vie. Now if you'll excuse me guys, I'm going to go and throw up.
decided to spend our last night in Koh Lanta at this outdoor cinema. This is such a lovely place. I'm so glad we came along to it. It's a lovely outdoor area with fairy lights, there's food stalls, drink stalls, and they play movies up on the big screen. It's a really, really nice environment.
So what is on the programme for tonight then?
So tonight on the cinema schedule we are going to watch Encanto, which we have watched this before but I can't really remember it, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, that was just the most magical night.
So good, wasn't it? Right underneath the stars.
Best way to end our time in Koh Lanta, I think.
I've loved it.
And to be honest, I just think this sums up perfectly just what Koh Lanta is really about. It's not got the same infrastructure, it's not got the same nightlife as Koh Phi Phi, and it's not got the same number of activities that you can experience, but what it does have is got that classic Thai beauty that you can find all across the islands, and it's the perfect place to just come, chill out, admire the scenery, and just enjoy the beauty of Thailand.
And so guys, we are going to be signing this video off from our final destination in this Asia series, and honestly this has been a bucket list place for us for so long. If you follow us on Instagram you'll already have heard all about why, but we are really excited to be here. And if you want to have a guess where it is, it's very tropical. It's also won awards for being one of the most beautiful places in the world, and have a guess in the comments. I'd love to hear where you think we are right now, and we will see you again in next week's video where we are going to reveal all.
See ya!